In Hawthorne's two short stories, The Birthmark and Rappaccini's Daughter, he uses two elements, selfishness and control, which work through Almer and Dr. Rappaccini. Selfishness and control is what caused both men to look past the essential element of the lives of humans and into the nature of science. In these stories, control is the element manifested through the selfish desires of both characters. In The Birthmark, Elmer is a well-known scientist who portrays selfishness and control in his attempt to alter his wife's appearance to his own liking through a scientific experiment. And in Rappaccini's Daughter, Dr. Rappaccini portrays these same elements by altering humankind for his own self-satisfaction and for the sake of scientific analysis. I'll start with the Hawthorne's The Birthmark, in which his character Elmer is married to a woman who was born with a birthmark on her left cheek. This birthmark is what troubled Elmer, because it made his wife flawed in his eyes, which is what fueled his selfish desire for her to change. Critic Lynn Shavanansky contends that Elmer's selfish desires for his wife to appear perfect enveloped his mind so much until he decides to eradicate it, and in doing so kills her. This is where control comes into play, where he has controlled his wife's mind and making her think that she is not perfect because he is not satisfied with her appearance. She undergoes this experiment of science and risks her life for her husband's selfish desires. In the book on page 1320, Hawthorne writes towards the beginning of the story about Elmer's obsession with control that he possessed this degree of faith in man's ultimate control over nature. So it is quite evident from the beginning that Elmer, being a scientist and having faith in his studies, will be a person to selfishly seek control through the works of science. In Hawthorne's second story, Rappaccini's Daughter, his character Dr. Rappaccini, much like Elmer, is a brilliant scientist with a selfish desire for scientific knowledge, creation, and the control of it. He carries out these selfish acts when poisoning his own daughter and her lover Giovanni, taking away their ability to live a normal human life, being that they are no longer normal, but creatures altered to Rappaccini's satisfaction. As Giovanni is casually walking with a friend, his friend recognizes that the expression on Rappaccini's face revealed that Giovanni is the subject of an experiment. This is contended by the critic Albert Wachtel. The fact that Rappaccini is seeking Giovanni as another scientific experiment reveals his selfish desires. In his view, Giovanni is no more important than an animal that can be tested for scientific analysis. This is the point where Dr. Rappaccini's selfish desires manifest the element control. His daughter is not at all happy with his decision, and she voices this to her dad. Analyst Ebert Austin argues that Dr. Rappaccini disapproves the words of his daughter by placing emphasis on how he has given Beatrice and Giovanni and their descendants the power to dominate the world. The key word is dominion, which shines light on Rappaccini's desire for control. Hawthorne's implemented elements of selfish desires and the desire to control in these two stories work through Dr. Rappaccini and Elmer, causing them not to be moved by the suffering they are causing their family and friends, because they are too wrapped up into their love for the faith in science. Elmer and Dr. Rappaccini's mental perception of mankind versus science is what Hawthorne wishes to express in these two pieces of literature. Humankind is not more important or greater than the scientific experiment, and analysis is the concept expressed by Hawthorne through his characters, Rappaccini and Elmer.